Hey, we're live.
Friends.
Hey guys,
3 people. 3
welcome to the AMA that we're doing for LandRocker.
4 people.
Thanks for joining us.
Cool.
Really, anything that you guys want to ask us in the chat, it's just going to be very casual. Whatever you guys are interested in knowing about the project, what we're working on.
Can you guys hear us okay? Hi, Mario.
There's a delay.
Oh no.
Is
We're
there?
lagging. I think there's a delay. I mean, we're good.
What's up?
Doing good, guys. Beautiful weather here in Dubai.
It's actually a little bit cold.
As cold as it gets. What is it, like 20 degrees?
Cool.
Yes. See, I told you there's lag.
Did you put a delay?
Much lag.
What a lag.
Much lag.
Such lag.
Much lag. Yes.
Mm.
Such much lag.
It's 23, but.
So just to give you guys kind of a quick rundown on the big developments lately, we have now the mobile application that we're optimizing so that can be ready for closed beta, which should start the end of this month or early March, I believe. The PC beta will go live, and then I think a week later the Android beta will go live. So we have 2 sessions of testing for those. We have now our version of the Space City, the Moon City metaverse. It's a 6-kilometer wide map that we've developed here, and this is Nima,
Yes,
the
I'm child.
hacker
Little hacker.
Which I got.
before he got hacked and got kicked out of the Discord server. Some of you might have seen him in the stage with Hamid at Blockchain Economy at Dubai
Introduce
Expo.
yourself. Who's hacker?
I'm hacker. I hack. Very, very good. I hack. Done. Let's go.
Nima's probably more than anybody else on the team. He's very deep into the testing.
Found a lot of bugs, but then I fixed them. Like,
Sorry, our
From the
dogs
start.
sound like monsters right now.
they're chasing themselves just like down, up, everywhere around the place. Like at the start, started playing the game when it first launched. First, it was a mobile game. A person
Not
just
launch
going
when
to
it first was made.
yeah made. It was a person just going to mine like with a weapon, and I mined straight up for hours on my dad's phone. It was a mobile game, and there was no points of it. You could just mine coins and then get coins, and then the coins could do nothing. My boss.
Those coins at that time were Bitcoins, so maybe to you they could do nothing, but there was a reason to do it. But since then, that was almost 3 years ago now. Since then, we've kind of developed a full multiplayer experience around that. So now you can compete in the battle and race modes as well as do the mining for the tokens. And at that time, we weren't looking to make our own token, but now the way that everything is developed, that's obviously the plan. So about the token launch, everyone is very curious to know more about it. We're working towards the private sale, hopefully within the next 1 month. There's obviously some legal things we still have to work through, and auditing and certain things like that. But once everything is cleared up, we are ready to do the private sale.
This is one of our advisors.
This is Obelix.
He's our product manager and slash hater. He growls a lot.
Who's the hater?
Good one.
So-
Really, you're a hacker.
Roger is asking, given the history of NFT games, what are your advantages to other NFT games, and how will you make your game sustainable? So the first big advantage is we've been in development a lot longer than most of the other NFT games on the marketplace. A lot of people have kind of rushed to be in this industry without making a full-fledged game. They kind of make a mini game even, or a simulation, or a simple card game, and they call this a game, but it's not satisfying to true gamers. So that's our major advantage with this, that we have a game that is fundamentally a multiplayer online game that you can enjoy playing. And along with that, having the metaverse space really much more developed than even Sandbox or Decentraland. Like the possibilities of what we can do in that space
He's that way. He's that way.
are
Sorry.
a huge advantage to us. Another main advantage is that everybody working on this project is in-house. So we operate in the VAS industry, the parent company Infinite 8. We work with telecom operators around the world to make casual gaming and sports entertainment apps in over 20 countries around the world. So we have a large team of artists and sound designers and animators and different people that are working in other projects that we use for LandRocker. So instead of having some video or animation, we don't need to send that out to someone else. We do it all in-house up to our quality standards. So that's another main advantage.
Lots of experience.
Bread.
Not just the new team, 150 people in the company, 20 plus years in the IT business.
We're at 12, 15 people. Yay. Excite.
Hi, 15 people. Feel free to ask questions.
Make the chat bigger. Can I do that?
Just close the emojis.
Oh. Wait, you can't close the emojis, can you? No, you can't close the
We can see.
emojis. Yeah. Oh well. Some emoji. Oh, there we go.
Much better.
Yes, much.
We could also read through some questions for other AMAs.
Yeah, we could.
Wow.
So this week is going to be crazy for AMAs, guys. We have every day from today until what, next Saturday?
Sunday.
Next Sunday?
Yeah.
So a full 8 days of AMAs scheduled, one every day. This is the only one that's going to be in our community. The other ones will be similar to the IM community one we did a couple days ago.
You can read these questions. If you see a good one.
I'm gonna eat my dog.
Upcoming plans of LandRocker for the upcoming years.
Eat my dog.
The cross-chain question is interesting. It's something that we've been considering for a long time. There are obviously some technical things like bridging that need to be solved first, but ideally in the future we would love to offer different universes, let's say, for different blockchains. So the first universe, let's say, will be BSC, and then in the future you can make the decision as the player. Do you want to go mine in the BSC universe, the Solana universe, the Ethereum universe? So we have the possibilities to do this. It's just a question of bridging. We've thought over the last few months, but we don't want to delay the actual launch of the game. It'll be something that we're working towards after we actually get the game out to the public. So the general timeline we're looking at is closed beta of both Android and PC by end of Q1. And in Q2, we'll have early access launch. We'll have most of the initial asset offering and token sales. Are you cold, Nima?
I'm just chilling. Don't mind me.
And end of Q2 this year will be in early access. Everybody will have access to the game, and then we're purely focused on adding more content to the game. And
big plans for the metaverse.
You want to talk about them?
Well, we can do so much with the metaverse. I mean, we can have auctions in it. We can have many different companies can sell their product through us. What we're thinking about as for like the horse racing thing.
That's a separate project we're working on.
But
with,
it can be on there as well, like other projects.
So through the metaverse, we want to, before launch, get people access into it as a kind of meeting hub for the community.
Viewings for houses.
We want
that. Yeah.
We want to do the land sale can be done through the metaverse, where you'll actually visit a property with a real estate agent, somebody from our team. You can actually visit the space, walk around, physically kind of experience that, even check out what's around it, take the metro.
You can have meetings in it. You can actually have like face-to-face meetings in a meeting room
so
in the metaverse.
Guys are just like trying to make the metaverse with the metaverse?
Right now we're working with Helicon as well. They do a weekly show called The Den. Soon we're going to put that actually in the metaverse. So they'll be hosting the talk show through our Helicon metaverse space. That was a huge announcement that we made last week. So happy to partner with them. These guys are really experienced in the events management industry. They were the ones who put on the blockchain world in Abu Dhabi, and they have a lot of plans to do other events this year. Hopefully, one in the Philippines. That's a big kind of target for us. So maybe we'll see some of you guys there. And we're working on some other side projects with them as well to put out new IP with the Helicon team. So lots of exciting stuff coming from that partnership.
One of those exciting
There's
stuff
questions there.
is the metaverse website. It's still on developing, but I told my friends to go on it, and it's good, but it's like a miles of map where
Yeah, we have
my-
6 kilometers right now already
Yeah.
mapped out.
it's pretty like exotic.
Exotic.
Like everything is the detail. You can't even run it on like 5 frames. Like whenever I told my friends like Surface just crashed, and it's online, so you can chat whatever. I don't know. What's like upcoming plans for it.
So Eric has a good question. A lot of games crashed this past few days. Confidence are very low. Do you have any plans to ensure economic stability? So that's definitely true. I find in general, obviously everything follows Bitcoin at the end of the day, but games are a little bit more resilient because at the end of the day, a game is something that you can actually use, whereas holding a token, holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, there's that financial pressure when you see the price dropping. But having that additional utility with it and having a lot of use cases within the game brings a little bit more stability. So even on the really bloody days that we saw last week, there were some games that were trading sideways or even going up a couple percent, because if you make a really engaging game, then, for example, if you're losing money in the stock market, you're not going to stop playing Fortnite because you love playing that game. You're into that experience. So we're really ensuring that the experience that we're giving with LandRocker is exciting enough that no matter what's happening in the market, it's a bit more isolated.
There's another question. What are the possible burning mechanisms of this game? Did you plan the burning system well? And are you sure that this NFT game will not become any other NFT games that are struggling right now?
So we do have a burning mechanism planned right now. We haven't released it yet, but there definitely will be some deflationary mechanisms to ensure the value of the token. One of the most important things for us is keeping the balance of the influx and outflow of tokens. So by having reasonably priced activities through crafting, through the metaverse, through launching different game modes for a higher risk, high reward, you're able to get back some of the tokens that you're giving out. And our goal is to achieve a balance where the same tokens that we're giving out are the ones that are being recycled and spent in other in-game activities. So that means that the circulating supply should stay relatively stable. Whereas a lot of other games, they pump out tokens very quickly, and then this becomes a saturated market. We're really obviously trying to avoid that and make sure that the token has a steady value.
Matchmaking on PvP mode. What are your plans for the matchmaking on PvP mode?
So we'll have, first off, the PvP modes are all competitive and there's no pay to win mechanics. This was very important to us because it's not fun getting into a game where someone has, let's say, spent $1,000 and now you can't kill them. That it's not a fair competition. So the only things that are affected by NFT items in the PvP modes are cosmetics, and our plans, you'll be able to start a lobby with some of your friends and launch that game, find another team to play against. So the matchmaking will be totally open, really. You'll have a lobby system like traditional games like Call of Duty or something. So
Did we miss this question?
and
Or-
if
Yeah, I did
if
miss
you
a
obviously if you can't
No, no,
create
we
a party yourself, there will be natural
You did.
matchmaking to put you in a group
was
and
we just went through this.
and get you into a game.
Red.
Scholarship. Are we gonna have a scholarship soon?
So we do have
Similar.
a similar system to the scholarship. We learned a lot, obviously, from what Axie has done with the scholarship program. The Axie system is not really scalable. If you want to grow your number of scholars, it's a manual process. You have to keep track of everything in a spreadsheet and then manually do all of these transactions bi-weekly or every month to give them their token supply. So we developed a system through our hubs where you'll be able to manage everything through that hub. So that hub will allow you to create a contract with another player in the game, similar to a scholar relationship.
Wait.
Where you'll sorry, I'm
Scholarship.
very distracted. Where everything will be managed by smart contracts. So if you agree to, let's say, giving 40% of your rewards to your scholar, taking 40% of the rewards from your scholar, then that will all automatically within the system. It won't be something that you have to trust your leader to actually send those funds. This means that it's very trustworthy and very safe for the player. There's no way that he can get ripped off and taken advantage of. And it's also much more scalable for someone who wants to grow as somebody leading these scholarships.
What is the marketing plan after we launched on PC, since we have a huge partnership in UAE? Marketing plan since we launched
Market
on
woman,
PC.
speak.
Market woman.
New nickname, Market
Well,
Woman.
plans are we're basically going to use this partnership to promote both of our platforms on each other's platforms. So we might do some AMAs with them. They have this talk show. Now, what are we doing with the talk show with them?
That's what we're putting in the metaverse.
Yeah, and they already have a giveaway live right now. So we're basically going to use our audiences to expose each other's audience to each other's projects.
Are you going to be transparent with your investors, players, with your work or happenings in the project? Yeah, definitely. So one of the big components of our game is involving the community. So everything that is decided after the game launches will go through some type of community vote. We really want the input of all of our player bases and investors to be able to make those decisions with us. And not only do they have that direct control, also through their gameplay, they have indirect control over what's happening in the story. So as the season pass, in-game seasons, the players actually, while you're playing the game, you're committed to one of the two factions, either the Rocketeers and Landtenders. And so by playing and earning points for your team, you impact the story more favorably for your faction in the coming season.
One thing I'm going to mention, we're also probably going to do more tournaments with Helicon, kind of like the one that we had already. And
yeah, very soon we're doing actually an event with them internally. It'll be a tournament most likely between the LandRocker team and the Helicon guys. We'll do a kind of AMA and streaming of that tournament. And we plan on doing a lot of stuff like that with this game because we have a not pay to win traditional kind of competitive game mode. We're able to kind of invade that esports scene and have a competitive game that people can play tournaments in and win prizes.
seems like Axie is here. Did I miss anything? No. Any update to the mobile version of the game? I hope it releases the same time with the beta alpha test. Yeah, it might. We might actually do separate betas where we do the PC first because it's more polished. We've had more time to work on it, and mobile later on. That is still yet to be announced.
Yeah, definitely we'll do it at different times so that we can focus our development team on that one that's live at the time. So most likely we'll do the PC one first, have a small break, and then do the mobile one. Seems like Axie is your reference project for LandRocker. Axie is dying now, if not dead already. What do you think they did wrong, and how will LandRocker do differently? So Axie came in, obviously, pretty early, and a lot of the other games coming to market have learned a lot from Axie. One of the major things that I think they did wrong was their two tokens effectively had the same function. The AXS token and the SLP token both were related to breeding. And what this meant is that as the game grew, started getting publicity, and people became very excited on it, they started buying up more of the AXS token, which skyrocketed the price to over $100, making breeding then the only function of SLP, not profitable for the people who are doing the breeding. So you had now no buying pressure on the market for SLP. It wasn't the same market that they had before. That's I think the main thing that they did wrong, having those have the same function. Also, realistically, with the amount of money that they were making, they didn't, as far as I can tell, reinvest a little bit into adding more features and kind of making the project better. It really,
They
like,
dipped.
they had crazy revenue. They still have crazy revenue, and they have more resources than anybody else in this industry right now. So the fact that they aren't able to add features like improve on this system, add more features, improve their land system, it's disappointing from the player base, and I think they're going to kind of get left behind in the dust now without that need to change.
Quick questions: are those people who got astronaut will get whitelist box? Yes, they will.
Yes. So I think there were 32 people total who got the astronaut spot. And you had to get rank 15 and have 15 invites to be able to get that role. And yeah, everybody who got that role will automatically get this spot.
What are current marketing plans, especially for regions like Latin America and Eastern Europe? So right now, if I had to summarize our marketing plan in one word, it would be AMAs. That is what we're doing. We're planning lots of them, and they're with different communities, different countries. And we're also in contact with influencers from Eastern Europe and from Latin America to do some type of ongoing partnership where they make videos for us, they stream our game, they do AMAs, we do AMAs with them. Kind of do these things, and we can explore other options too that might require a bigger budget.
So our current game version, we're fully redesigning the UI for the multiplayer and the mining mode. And so once that is done, which is slated for next week, we'll start giving some influencers access to the playable version so they can do gameplay reviews. And at that time, we'll really push more on the YouTube marketing side and really kind of expand our reach.
What will be the minimum specs requirement for laptop and PC in order to play? This is in our FAQ.
I can answer that.
Do
So-
you know?
Yes, I do know. So, if you have a laptop, so for example, I have a laptop and my laptop is pretty horrible. But it can surprisingly run it, but with like 30 or 40 frames. But that is a very weak laptop. If your laptop is like a MacBook, maybe it can run it, but I'm not sure. Maybe a MacBook can run it. But probably other laptops, gaming PCs on the minimum specs definitely can run. Well, the best specs you can have is like, having the RTX 1660. That's the best one you could have.
That's the best?
Not the best. Is
Or that will get
3090
you,
Ti.
that'll get you the,
What's the
the
minimum?
ultra
Was the
settings.
question.
Yeah, that will get you the ultra settings. And if you want to get the minimum settings, Intel UI graphics settings will do the job because that's what I have.
Why to get a new laptop?
I'm working on that.
This is where you can. I just sent a link. That's where you can see details as to the specs that you need to play the game.
So Johnson asked, will there be a free-to-play version of the game? So there will be. Right now, we're in our white paper. We have it.
Oh,
So
sorry,
you
I
need to
skipped you.
hold one governance token to be able to play the game. We definitely don't want any high barrier to entry. There's no way that the cost of playing a game in the blockchain space should cost more than going to the store and buying a PS5 or an Xbox game. So there will be some small amount that you'll have to purchase in terms of token to start playing, but it won't be anything ridiculous. We're aiming for I think $20 or $30, let's say.
Are you coming to the Philippines? We don't have any plans to go anywhere yet, so not sure what I mean by that.
I'm going to eat my dog again.
We definitely, maybe after launch, we'll try to get to the Philippines for some events. Obviously, right now with COVID, it's not the best time to go from expo to expo and do a lot of
Revenge.
events like this. But I know that's something that Helicon NFT is planning. Obviously, the Filipino market is very important to this industry, so they were trying to do, I think, a blockchain world in Philippines this year. I'd imagine probably in Manila. So if that happens, then definitely we'll be there.
Thank you, Maria, for
I'm just going to read this.
the excerpt.
Someone asked, I can't see it right now, something, how about the OG roles? What will the benefits for those who have them? I believe these are the earliest supporters. No info on this.
Benefits are coming.
Yeah, so we're planning something very special for our OGs. Don't worry. This role is now closed, so anybody who's earned it already, congratulations and thank you guys for the support.
Yeah,
And
there's absolutely no way that we're going to let people that have supported us early on or have done something, really great for us, like invite a lot of people or have been really active in the chat. We're not going to let that go unnoticed. I mean, it's that would be crazy. So really, guys, do not worry about this.
Okay, one last thing for the settings.
Oh no.
Your laptop, if your laptop can run any games that are like pixely or needs like, for example, if your laptop can run Overwatch in 30 frames, definitely can run LandRocker. If your laptop can run maybe Fortnite, definitely LandRocker can run. I'm just giving ideas. Come on.
Oh, it's
So-
fine. Thank you.
Roger Murr asked, LandRocker was supposedly a game to play only, but it was made to be a play to earn. As being new with the industry of cryptocurrency, have you fully explore the field in case some casualties arise? So that's not true at all. LandRocker from the get-go was a play to earn game before the play to earn term was even created. I remember in 2018, I think, the CEO showed me on his mobile phone while we were at lunch this game where you could mine the planet searching for Bitcoin. At the time, there were tokens hidden in the planet, and at this time, it didn't. The whole industry didn't exist. But LandRocker, from the very beginning, started with the idea of play to earn, starting with being able to find tokens and earn tokens within a game. So on that, we've been deep in this for 4 years, 5 years now almost, and a very knowledgeable team. Most of us are doing some kind of trading or something on the side and really following everything in the news. So definitely a very experienced team in the cryptocurrency space.
Should we go inside? It's a little dark now.
I think maybe like 3 minutes left and then we end it because we have 8 AMAs in the next week.
So you guys hear that? He wants to leave.
How much is the max buy for whitelist? So we haven't finalized it yet, but we will release it soon. It's fairly reasonable. I think probably what we're ballparking is up to maybe 2,500 USDT worth of token. But once it's made official, we'll announce this to everybody. Yeah, so if anyone has any last questions, please share them, and we can maybe start a GoFundMe for Nima's laptop fund. But yeah, so we're gonna cut it off in a couple minutes, and we have AMAs every day until next Sunday. So Maral will be sharing those in the Discord and Telegram, and you guys can jump into those. I think some of them are already live on Twitter for questions if anyone wants to submit any questions.
I've retweeted those, and I will continue to retweet them as the date approaches.
Someone wants to 1v1 you on Overwatch. Maybe Bed Wars, Minecraft Bed Wars.
Bed Wars. Yes. Bed
What was
Wars.
the most difficult part of LandRocker's journey in the last 4 years? We're quite new to the team. We haven't been here for the full 4 years. We could ask the CEO about that real quick. Should I do that?
I mean,
Yeah, I'll go ask him.
the most difficult thing is that first the resources, like it's so hard to find developers these days in this space. But because this industry is fairly new, it's a lot of kind of teaching yourself and figuring out the best way to do something. So there's not like a YouTube guide or how to build on blockchain for dummies type book that you can just go and get the answers from. So a lot of kind of trial and error and self-learning.
I will 1v1 you, Javen. My username is Beluga was taken. I'm gonna type it in chat.
All right. So a phone call later.
I won't hack.
So apparently the controls for the drones, making that smooth and the gameplay for that was one of the difficult parts, and the other one was hiding the tokens. All that came with that. Did you get to any of these questions? Any idea how much a token would cost us?
How much a token will cost us?
Yeah. Here.
We don't know yet.
So we are hoping to release the tokenomics very soon, including the private sale and public sale pricing. Hang tight. I'm hoping to get it out by the end of next week, let's say. NFTs will be available pretty soon, within the next couple months. We're working with a couple big brands right now to do the actual launch. One of the very important things before we do that is to get our community numbers up. So we're really trying to hit the 20,000 members in Discord, and then we have a lot of support from very big names in the industry for
Hi, John.
our NFT launchpad. Hey John, how's it going? Coming in just at the tail end here. All right, guys, it's getting pretty dark. Any last questions?
What's your tokenomics and token?
So,
TBA.
Yeah, Jello, like I just said, we're trying to get those out within the next week. I'm hoping to have that released to you guys. Really, the tokenomics is a very important part of the game. It's really like the spine of the game. So we have been making sure with our advisors that everything is absolutely perfect before we release these. Without proper tokenomics, no game can survive a long lifespan. You see games like Crypto Mines, for example, that came and went because their tokenomics did not work. They had a game that allowed 85 or 90% of their token supply to be out within the first 2 months. So very shortly, you'll know all of the details about the tokenomics, the vesting schedules, the distribution, everything will be there.
Doing good in here for Jira.
Fujairah camping. Once we learned how many types of scorpions there are in the UAE, we're never going to the desert or camping again. Those things are scary.
Yeah, we can do stuff with the other team soon. Maybe we can arrange like a technical AMA where we have our lead developer and CTO and game director on the call, and then anybody who wants to go deep into anything technical, we could have that as well.
I'll actually write that down
Will
now.
the call be audited before launch? Yes, we are working now. That's a goal for this week to submit the contracts for auditing. Definitely crucial before we launch.
Guys, every time you give me a suggestion, I write it down, okay? Like, I do not forget. I'm a good queen. I'm a kind queen.
Speaking to wait,
Meeting the rest of the team.
Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you all so much for joining us. And what time is the AMA tomorrow?
I think it's 2 p.m. UTC. Let me check. We have an AMA tomorrow. No, 12. At 12 noon. Okay.
Noon UTC, right?
he's even queen, Maral Queen.
I am queen. Did you not know?
No.
Yes.
All right,
I am.
thanks, guys. Thank you so much for the support, and we will see you soon. We'll be on Discord and Telegram and anything. Now, I'll just let you guys know the past couple weeks we've been so busy
Yeah,
with
so
requests,
sorry. We
so many
used to be-
DMs. We will get through them if you've DM'd us in the last few days. I have
I'm better with
100 to go
DMs than
through.
he is.
He's on Discord like all day long. You just work.
he's like talking to mods and getting issues resolved, but he doesn't have the time. He has so much on his plate. He doesn't have the time to actually go through his DMs and get through
So
them.
I kind of let them build up and then I binge through them. So if you send me one, don't worry, I'll get to it. Okay,
Hope
guys.
to see you soon. I went to the LandRocker with that kid. You're
We'll
that
see you
kid.
soon. And John, we can set up some 1v1 with you guys, and we'll see how you can keep up with Nima. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Bye.
Bread.